guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you something a little bit more dramatic, a little bit more bold. I really feel like this would be something that would be for a going out type of event, like you have somewhere specific you're gonna go with a certain outfit. I really like how it actually came out though. I wanted to play with navies and golds. I have a wonderful friend that lives in Canada who requested me to use these type of colors together, so I'm really excited to create something new for you guys. So before I waste any more of your time, let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so of course the first thing that we're gonna do is primer lids. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Lid Primer. I'm just gonna be prepping my eyelids with this. As you can tell, I already clearly did the other eye, so we don't need to worry about that. But I'm just gonna take that and really just prep the lid. And then because the shadow palette that I'm gonna be using today doesn't have like a base shade that I wanna use, I'm just literally gonna take a powder and just set that primer down, just so that it's easier for me to blend out more colors. So it's nice and smooth. We like that. First brush I'm gonna grab is the Morphe M502 brush. It's this nice big fluffy brush. I'm gonna dip in to the Dream Street palette with collaboration from ColourPop, and I'm gonna hop in to the shade right here in the corner, which is this nice, just kind of neutral. It's a little bit warm on my eyelids, but I'm just gonna be really just buffing that in the crease, getting ready for other colors that I'm going to be adding on to the lid. This doesn't need to be perfect by any means because we end up doing a lot of back and forth motions through this tutorial, so bear with me. We can do it! And then I'm going to pick up this Morphe I think it says R34. It's kind of rubbed off now, but it's another crease brush. I'm going to dip into this more peachy color in the palette, and I'm just gonna buff those two shades together. Then from here, we're gonna go in with the star of the show. This is by Tarte. This is their chrome paint in the shade Martini. I'll swatch it here for you guys so you can kind of see it. It is like literally so pretty. It's really, really pigmented. So this is gonna be literally one swatch. It's literally just one swatch. So very gold. It's more of like a darker gold, so to me it's more of like a green gold, which this is kind of what I wanted for this look. So what I'm going to do is take a really small defined brush. This is super old brush, but I believe it's by Sonia Kashuk, but anyways, just any kind of sort of flat shadow brush will work. And I'm not using the brush wet, I'm just using it dry, and I'm just going into the paint pot. I'm calling it paint pots like it's the MAC paint pots. I mean the chrome paints. But all I'm going to do is literally just drag this across the whole lid. These are really, really pigmented. I was so excited to get my hands on these. I know that they kind of came out recently. I got mine at Ulta literally yesterday, so it's like perfect. But they go on like a dream. And if you notice, like I'm not getting a bunch of fallout either, which is really nice, because sometimes with pigments that you're dealing with, when they're that pigmented, sometimes you end up getting fallout all over your face and you're like, this is a joke. So just kind of building up the intensity. It doesn't need to be perfect because again, we're going to go in with more colors. From here, let's hop back into the palette. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this navy blue shade here. This is called Water Bearer. Tapping off the excess, and what I'm going to do is focus this color directly into the outer V area. When I'm placing this color, I'm actually really just like pressing it, because when you're pressing it, it's really keeping the pigment in that area. It's not being blown out, it's not being diffused, it's not being like a muddy color. So you just really want to dip into your palette, pick up that shade, and just press it onto the lid, because we will blend it out with a different brush here in just a second. But build up the intensity that you want. I really just want this to be like golden navy. This color is so pretty. I hope it's like as pretty as it is on camera, because in person it's beautiful. From here, I'm gonna go back in with that rose gold brush from Morphe, and I'm gonna pick up this second shade in the palette right here. That more like peachy toned color. And I'm just lightly going to go over the edges of that blue, just to kind of soften out the edges, because we don't want any like abrupt edges with the shadow. Going back with that brush that we were using for the blue shadow, just picking it up, and really I'm just going back and forth and just building and blending, building and blending. Blues can sometimes be tricky to work with because I feel like blues are really hard to formulate, so their pigment is a little bit different, but I mean, not that this isn't a beautiful blue, but it really does take a lot of like back and forth because you want to keep the intensity, and sometimes when you blend it out, it turns into a different color, so just be patient, take your time. So from here, I'm gonna pick up a Morphe M433 brush, and I'm gonna hop into this first shade right here in the palette, that more neutrally shade, and I'm going to again buff out the edges just really lightly, and I'm making sure to not use like really wide circular motions, otherwise the blue is going to be really blown out, and I don't want it to be overpowering over the gold shade, so I'm just using really tight circular motions in this area. And big surprise, just building up that blue color, and I'm pretty much just keeping it away from the edges so I don't have to blend the edge as much. Taking that same Morphe M433 brush, just picking up that very first shade again, and just really lightly diffusing this middle edge right here between the gold and that navy blue. I'm gonna go back over with the gold chrome paint again, but I just kind of want to help diffuse that blue shade. And then once you have that, we're gonna pick up the gold with that flat shadow brush and really just pack it back on the lid. And for my liner, I'm actually going to be using a navy blue liner as well. This is from Pixie Beauty. They were kind enough to send me this. This is their Endless Silky Eye Pen in the shade Black Blue. It literally goes on like a dream. It is so pigmented, really creamy. It seems to be wearing really well as well, so I'm excited to use this for this look. But I'm literally just going to line the top of my, I'm just gonna line the top, my top area. Why can I not think of what I'm doing? Just gonna draw on top liner. And I'm also going to line my waterline with this as well, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and popped on my mascara, liner, and lashes onto this eye and actually finished both brows. So with that being said, let's move on to the rest of the face. I am going to be using the Smashbox Original Primer. Again, this is just like a mini size I mentioned in my last video. I'm clearly still too lazy to walk across the room to get a primer. So I use about a pea-sized amount, and I'm just gonna massage this into my face. For my foundation, I'm going to be using the IT Cosmetics CC Illumination Foundation. Actually more, it's a CC cream, but this is the one with SPF 50. I take about 2 pumps, more like 1.5. And this is in the shade Fair, because as you can tell, I'm quite fair. I really need a spray tan. I love the way that this CC cream smells. It smells so divine. It smells like a really light citrus scent. For my concealer, I'm going to be using my tried and true. This is the Smashbox Studio Skin Concealer. This is in the shade Fair Light. Do I have Fair? Because Lord knows I need Fair. There's Fair. I will use the Fair one because I need it. And I'm just going to take this Real Techniques setting brush and just buff the concealer out. I can't believe how pale I am. I almost feel like since I scrubbed off my spray tan, I feel like I just like scrubbed off my whole skin. Because I'm like, who am I? Like, can you see through me? Holy moly. And then I'm going to be setting my face with my Pure Minerals. This is the 4-in-1 Pressed Mineral Makeup with SPF 15. And I'm just really going to set my face with that. When you lock in a cream with a powder over top, it just kind of like makes everything last a little bit longer throughout the day. For highlighter, I'm going to be using the Tarte Skin Twinkle Volume 2 palette. It is this beautiful palette that has multiple shades of highlighters. So I'm going to be using my Morphe M510 brush, and I'm just going to pick up the first 2 shades and popping this to the tops of my cheekbones. And then I also like to take just a little bit above the brow, really, really lightly, like that's it, lightly. On the tip end of the nose. Just wherever the brush hits. I'm gonna be actually trying this guy out. I don't think that I've used this on camera. I actually don't even know if I've used this at all, to be truthful. That's when you know that you're just like buying too much stuff because you haven't even used the new stuff that you bought like months ago. So that's when you just know you're just like, girl, just stop what you're doing. Just stop what you're doing, please. But this is what the palette looks like. Comes with these beautiful baked blushes, and it comes with highlights and bronzers as well. Super excited. This is by Makeup Revolution. So it comes in this big, nice, I love that this has a clear acrylic top over it instead of a cover, like a solid color, so I can't see through it. That's my point. I like that I can see through this. So just looking at it, I think I want to go in with these two shades right here, which is, this one is spicy and this is sweet. I pretty much just described me. Spicy and sweet, if I do say so myself. I'm gonna just mix them here, and this is the Morphe R4 brush. Pop this. I like these because they're baked. They're really soft formula and they go on really nice, but I like that they actually have like a tint to it. Not a tint, excuse me, not a tint. Hello. A sheen to it. They're not shimmery, there's no like chunky glitters. It's really just like a sheen, so it looks even more glowy, but it's really nice to have. So say you have like textured skin, like you have a lot of bumps or acneic skin, anything like that. If you don't want to wear a highlighter because you haven't found like the perfect highlighter that works, that doesn't like accentuate all of the texture across your face, go in with a baked blush or a baked bronzer. Baked products are formulated and made a lot different from other powder products. If you get some that's baked, it tends to be a little bit softer, more illuminating. So if you're just wanting something that's a little bit more glowy for your face without having to wear a highlighter, try out something that isn't a baked form because they just go on better. They don't emphasize texture, which is really nice. And it just makes you look like you are super glowy. I love how many colors you get in this, and this, I don't know, was like maybe $15, $20 at Ulta. I forgot to finish off the eyes, so I am going to coat my bottom lashes with some mascara. For my lipstick, I've decided that I kind of want to do something like a peachy nude. So this is from Flower Beauty. It comes in this beautiful package here. It's like white and gold. This is the shade here. It's really honestly like a peachy nude shade. It might look a little darker on camera, but it is not really a deep color, but it's a nice peachy nude. Is exactly how I would describe the color. So I'm gonna be using this for my lipstick today. I'm not gonna line my lips kind of over it. And to be truthful, you know what I'm doing after this? I'm actually going to be washing my cars. Looking glamorous. My neighbor is probably gonna be like, wow, getting glamorous to wash your cars, huh? I am just that fancy. Yes, I am very fancy. Okay, so now that my lip is on, I'm gonna go in and set my face. I have a piece of hair somewhere. Ah! Ugh. I'm gonna be using the Pixi Skin Treats Glow Mist. I really like this setting spray. I look like a drowned rat now with my hair, because I just got it like really wet. So that's it, you guys. That completes this look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. If you've made it all the way to the end, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment down below letting me know what you'd like to see next. And until next time, I'll see you guys soon.